Wow, what a month for the northern Colorado housing market. I'm talking about some numbers that even seasoned agents didn't see coming. There's a definite shift happening across the region, and whether you're a buyer, a seller, or just someone watching the market from the sidelines, this update is going to give you the clearest picture yet of what's really going on out there. Before we get started, take one quick second to tap that like button and subscribe so you never miss an update. It really helps push this information out to more people who care about the Colorado market. I'm Mark Powell with Osborne Home Group and eXp Realty, your local Northern Colorado realtor. All right, let's get into it, because the headlines are saying one thing, but the data is painting a much more interesting story. Let's start with how long homes are actually taking to sell right now. Days on market across most of northern Colorado have stretched out just a bit, sitting right around 41 days on average. That's about a 14% increase from last month, when homes were moving in 36 days. On the surface, that sounds like things are slowing down, and they are, but here's the context most people miss. Last October, we were seeing 52 days on average. So even though things are cooling compared to summer, homes are still selling faster than they were a year ago. It's not a crash, it's a recalibration. What this tells us is that buyers are taking a little longer to make decisions. They're being selective, especially with rates where they are. And for sellers, this means pricing strategy matters more than ever. A home priced even 3 to 5% too high right now can easily sit for 60 days or more. The sweet spot is where homes still move quickly and attract the right buyers early on. Speaking of what's on the market, inventory has crept up again. Across Larimer, Weld, and Boulder counties, we're hovering around 4,900 active listings, about 7% more than last month, and roughly 32% more than this time last year. That's a huge jump in supply. It's not panic level inventory, but it's definitely enough to give buyers more options. Windsor and Berthoud are holding fairly steady, while Loveland and Erie have seen the biggest jump in active homes. If you've been driving around your neighborhood lately and noticing more for sale signs than you remember seeing over the summer, you're not imagining things. The landscape really is shifting. Let me know in the comments what city you're in and what you're seeing out there. I love comparing notes with everyone from different corners of northern Colorado. Now, when we look at list price versus sold price, the average home is closing at about 98.2% of list. That means sellers are giving up about 1.8% in negotiation on average. For perspective, during the more intense slowdown in late 2024, that number dipped to around 97.5%. So technically, sellers are doing a bit better this fall. Homes that are priced correctly are still commanding strong offers, especially when they show well and are in good condition. All right, let's talk about interest rates, because this is where so many buyers are making their decisions right now. Mortgage rates have been bouncing between 6.7 and 7.1% for most of October. Some days you'll catch a lucky break under 6.7 depending on the lender and your credit profile, but that upper 6 to 7 range has been the reality. The Fed has hinted that we might see some softening in early 2026, but for now, buyers are adjusting in creative ways. A lot of my clients are using temporary buy downs, larger down payments, or working with local lenders who can get a little creative. Let's connect this to prices. The median home price across northern Colorado is sitting right around $556,000. Just a hair below last month, but still about 3% higher than this time last year. Detached homes average around $605,000, while attached homes, like condos and townhomes, hover around $410,000. Erie and Timnath continue to see the strongest appreciation, largely driven by new construction and relocation buyers coming in from Denver and other metro areas. Closed sales have dipped about 8% from last month, which is totally normal for fall. Kids are back in school, the holidays are around the corner, and buyer urgency naturally cools down. But here's what's fascinating. Compared to last year, closed sales are actually up 6%. That means activity hasn't fallen off a cliff. People are still buying and selling. They're just doing it more strategically. If you're finding this update helpful so far, take a second to hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps me reach more people who need reliable market information instead of the usual clickbait headlines. Pending sales, which tell us what's coming next month, are up about 5%. That's an early indicator that things might pick up a bit heading into November. We're seeing some of those summer buyers who waited out the chaos coming back into the market now that inventory has opened up and competition has eased. Now let's look at inventory by city. Fort Collins currently leads with roughly 820 active listings. Greeley has about 640, Loveland 610, Windsor around 490, and Erie about 380. Smaller towns like Berthoud and Johnstown are in the mid-200s. What's especially interesting is that Greeley's inventory is up 40% from last year, but prices there haven't moved much at all. Buyers in Greeley are very price sensitive right now. They're looking for value, not just pretty staging. If you had to guess which of these cities has the best deals at the moment, which one would you pick? Drop your guess below. I'm curious what everyone thinks. When we break down the market by price range, homes under $400,000 are still flying off the shelf, averaging 28 days on market. The mid-range between $400,000 and $700,000 is taking around 45 days. And the luxury segment, anything over $900,000, is sitting closer to 74 days. So the affordable range is still moving quickly, but it's a balanced market overall. No more 10 offer bidding wars like we saw back in 2022, and honestly, that's healthy. Buyers have breathing room again. Now here's something worth talking about: new construction versus resale. Builders have quietly ramped up incentives again. We're seeing 3 to 5% credits on quick move-in homes, rate buy-downs, appliance packages. All those perks that disappeared during the frenzy are back on the table. Resale homes, on the other hand, are competing with sharper pricing and offering credits toward closing costs. If you've been eyeing a new build, this is the time to negotiate. Ask for the washer and dryer, the blinds, maybe even a rate buy-down, because builders are saying yes again. Buyer demand overall has cooled a little, but it's far from gone. The average listing is seeing around 7 showings, down from just over 8 last month. Buyers are simply taking more time. They're visiting multiple properties, comparing options, and making sure they understand true value before writing an offer. Multiple offer situations still happen, but mostly on move-in ready homes under $500,000 in desirable spots like South Fort Collins or parts of Windsor. If you're house hunting right now, what's your experience been like? Still running into competition or finding more breathing room? Leave a comment. I'd love to hear firsthand stories from buyers and sellers. Let's talk about sellers for a minute. Seller strategy has evolved a lot this fall. We're seeing price reductions on roughly 27% of all active listings, up from 19% just a few months ago. That might sound discouraging, but it's actually a positive sign that sellers are adapting to reality instead of chasing last year's prices. Homes that come on the market priced right from day one are still selling in under 30 days. And presentation is everything. Professional photos, fresh paint, tidy yards. Buyers are paying attention. Don't skip the basics. Seasonally, this is the time of year when things naturally cool off. The leaves change, kids are in school, people start thinking about the holidays, and showing traffic dips a little. But here's the secret. Serious buyers love fall. There's less competition, motivated sellers, and the chance to close before the end of the year. If you've been holding off for spring, you might actually get a better deal by acting now. So what about mortgage rate forecasts heading into the end of the year? Most economists expect rates to hover between 6.6 and 6.9 through December, maybe sliding toward the mid-6s early next year. So we're probably not getting back to the 4s anytime soon, but we should see gradual easing. My advice? Don't try to time the market perfectly. Buy when the house fits your lifestyle and your payment makes sense. You can always refinance later. Now, let's look at affordability. The good news is that household income across northern Colorado has grown by nearly 5% over the past year, while home prices have only grown around 3%. That means affordability, for the first time in a while, is actually improving a bit. Combine that with the incentives we're seeing, and buyers finally have some leverage again. On the local economic front, things remain strong. Job growth is steady at around 2.2%, with expansions in healthcare, education, and tech. Windsor added a major distribution center this quarter, and Loveland's regional airport is reporting record traffic again. These are small but meaningful indicators that the region's economy remains diverse and resilient, and that supports housing demand long term. Let's shift gears for a second and talk rentals. The average rent for a 3-bedroom home in northern Colorado sits at about $2,300 per month, down roughly 3% from summer highs. Vacancy rates are up slightly, especially in Greeley and Fort Collins, meaning tenants have more options now. For many renters, that rent versus buy calculation is closer than ever. If you're renting right now and considering buying in the next 6 to 12 months, comment renting below. I'd love to see how many of you are waiting for the right opportunity. If you're thinking about buying soon, here's my best advice. Focus on homes that are turnkey and priced fairly, not the ones testing the market. Have your financing lined up before you start touring, and don't be afraid to negotiate. Ask for inspection credits, ask for seller concessions. This market rewards preparedness. For sellers, the best move you can make is to study your competition before you list. Look at what's actually selling, not just what's active. Price your home to be the next one that sells, not the next one that sits. And invest in presentation. Professional photos, maybe a light staging touch, and clean, bright curb appeal. Small details make a big impact. Let's spotlight one community that's been quietly performing really well this fall, Berthoud. The average home price there is about $590,000, up 5% from last year. Inventory is up 20%, but homes are still moving quickly. Families are drawn in by great schools, new parks, and its easy commute to I-25. It's the perfect example of a town growing steadily without overheating. What city would you like me to spotlight next month? Drop your suggestions in the comments. I'll feature the most requested one in the next update. So, what does all of this mean as we head toward winter? It means the northern Colorado housing market isn't crashing. It's stabilizing. After years of extreme swings, we're finally seeing a balanced, sustainable environment. Buyers are more thoughtful, sellers are more strategic, and the frenzy has given way to fundamentals. For the first time in a while, we have a market where both sides can win. If you got value from this update, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who's keeping an eye on the Colorado market. Your support helps me keep producing real, local data that cuts through the noise and gives you the truth about what's happening in our area. Thanks so much for watching. I truly appreciate you spending some time with me today. I'm Mark Powell with Osborne Home Group and eXp Realty, and I'll see you in next month's Northern Colorado Market Update. Until then, stay informed, stay positive, and don't let the headlines scare you. The real numbers tell a much better story.